need more custom videos.
Inheritance does seem to be, but again, best practice in languages is to encourage competition over inheritance. And without inheritance, objects methods are basically not different source procedure. So I think the answer is no. It's not that the causes languages to be popular. It's just coincidence. They're just along the right. And finally, why isn't FP style the norm? Well, I think it's just a matter of time. It's becoming the norm. I think it's something we can all appreciate and look forward to in the future. Thanks very much. Yeah, questions? Yeah, sure. Yeah, so, how do you see Lisp fitting into this picture? Is that functional or in your mind? Oh man, you're going to go count words here. So the question was, how do you see Lisp fitting into? Is it a functional or non-functional programming language? So I actually, this talk is trimmed down to 40 minutes from like 2.5 hours because I had so much material on this. One of the questions that I started going around asking people is like, and just think about this because it can kind of fry your brain after a while. It's like, how do you look at a programming language and decide this is a functional programming language or not? How do you do it? And I would just go to people ask the question and they would say, oh, well, it's this. And I would give them a counter. Like, okay, well, no, it's not that, it's this. So I'll rattle off a couple. So one is like, okay, so it's a functional programming language that has support for like first class functions. Like, okay, so Java is a functional programming language. No, not Java. But like, they have to be pure. Okay, so OCaml is not a functional programming language. Clojure's not. No, those count. But okay, you need like immutability. Like that's important. Okay, but so Rust is a functional programming language. It's immutable by default even. But what you just go around in circles. One person suggests a score when you have a certain number of things checked off that like you cross a threshold, you're functional. But ultimately, to be really honest, like classifying languages as functional or not is kind of arbitrary, definitely very fuzzy, and ultimately not as important as talking about like the stuff and their support for the style of like being able to avoid mutation and side effects and like still have a really good experience. So to directly answer your question, like would I say Lisp is a functional programming language? I would say it really depends on the Lisp. Like if there's a Lisp where like every part of the standard library requires you to mutate things and do side effects, maybe not. Clojure definitely is. It depends on the language. Yeah. Hi, also talking to you. Performance. Yeah, it's one of these things where Python is a bit slow, C++ is meant to be fast, so people often talk about this with FP because reasons they can work together. I was just wondering what you thought about performance as a kind of like aspect of this discussion. That's your question. Yeah, so the question was, how does performance factor in? So I think performance is one of those secondary concerns that doesn't necessarily cause a language to be popular or not. I think it more impacts the areas in which it can be used. So for example, like some applications, like you just need the level of control over memory that C and C++ give you. Like you look at Rust, like Rust is one of the very first like new competitors in that space that's like viable to like challenge the crown of C and C++ for a long time because of that. So I think if you need that level of like control over performance, you're probably not going to go for a functional language. So you're probably not going to go for any commercial language. You just need to be able to directly manage memory. But as we see, there's a ton of domains where that's not true. In fact, like pretty much all the other ones, which is why all the other languages now top 10, except for C and C++, are garbage collected. So I think as far as performance goes, it really depends on what your performance needs are. If you're writing like a back-end server language, in a lot of cases you want like Python's a perfectly acceptable one. Like it's not as fast as Go, but people are just like, yeah, that's fine. Like it's good enough. Like, it's going to be dominated by the network and the database anyway. So who cares? I think that it's really domain specific. And so overall, to answer the question, I would say performance I think is a consideration, but it's pretty secondary to the other factors I talked about earlier. Also, I don't think it's true that like functional is less performant, but that's like a myth. That's it's just not. Like if you have mutation and like you can do all over the place, then like certain algorithms are available to you that are not otherwise available. But if you're not using those algorithms anyway, it doesn't matter. So anyway, also certain performance optimizations you can look at if you have like certain functional guarantees. So yeah, if you want for a while. Thank you, Richard. Thank you. You don't need it, you don't have it, you don't get it, it's not allowed, and you have a very nice
sort of ML-style type system, so it's fairly expressive. You can do a lot of stuff, and it has that wonderful type inference, so you don't have to worry about making sure everything's typed. You can kind of just start writing and then write the type notations later once you figure out how it works. So then you kind of get no bugs, because unless you have a logic error, the type system, if it compiles, it probably works. It's very efficient. Rapid application development. The dream of the 90s is alive in Elm. These slides, this entire slideshow, the actual software framework for this is written entirely in Elm. It took me about a day of work, and the code is up on glitch.com. You can take a look at that later. But generally speaking, I find it's very quick to get up and running with new Elm code or extending existing Elm code because it's functional, so it's very expressive, and the type system kind of helps you along without spending a lot of time debugging. Enterprise approved. Big companies are using this. Microsoft even has a single open source library in Elm, hosted from their accounts. IZL, and yeah, there are a bunch of startups, and so it's still cool. So the big project. It's confidential. I can't tell you where it is or who it's for exactly because NDAs and stuff, and also I kind of forgot to clear it before I did this talk. The content management app for a major news org, millions of readers a day. Essentially, they have a backend in Scala, a front end in Scala, and a content repo, and then the people who write this stuff have this awful third-party XML tool that they have to write everything in, and then manage like what pages show up on which pages, which stories show up on which pages. So we wrote for them an Elm app and started to do at least some of the hard part for it. 27,000 lines of Elm. This is a good example actually of how expressive it is. 27,000 lines of Elm, 10,000 lines of JavaScript. That JavaScript basically does nothing but gives us drag and drop support, and that's technically not even required anymore because now Elm has drag and drop support in the standard library. And 6,000 lines of Scala on the backend, but that's technically fudging the numbers because that's only just a simple proxy to the real backend, which is an enormous monolith of terrifying proportions that nearly drove me insane. So, impressive upside. So, I was talking with my coworkers the other day, and that we know of, it never has gone down. In the 8 months working on this project, we had maybe 2 to 4 support instances. All of them were with either the JavaScript, drag and drop code, or they were some weird race condition with the Scala backend. It just runs and runs and runs and runs. We had a giant collapse where half of our infrastructure went down overnight because some idiot in Amsterdam deleted a data cluster, and it still kept working. It didn't have any data, but it still kept working. So, I lost my job. So there's this problem that happens is that Elm is so stable, Elm is so quick to develop for, that there was no reason to keep me around and keep maintaining it. There's no work for me because it never breaks, and whenever I get a new feature request, it takes me a week to do, and then it's like, well, now what do I do? So I don't work on this project anymore. And that makes me think. So I'm old. I started developing professionally only about 3 or 4 years ago, but I had been developing, before that I started when I was a kid back in the 90s. And back in the 90s, it was still kind of the thing that you measure the productivity of your programmers by how many lines of code they could crank out. Incidentally, my secret theory is that this is how Java became successful, because if it takes you 2,000 lines to print hello world, then you look very, very productive. And conversely, at the time, there's sort of a legend about, oh, list devs are really lazy. Management hates list devs because, oh, what's he do? He comes in, he sits around and just, thinks for 4 hours, writes 10 lines of code, and then he clocks out and goes and has a beer. That's not productivity. And now, we have this functional programming that's taking over the world. It's everywhere, even languages that aren't functional. Java has, lambda functions now. What the hell is Visual Basic has anonymous functions.
Alright, I think I'm getting started. So hello. Alright, so I already warned the committee of the chosen that is my goal with this. I hope that you all stick with me. For the last year and or so, I've been writing a book, and the goal of this book was to be the best selling book that we can possibly. You already know what you can do with language, why you use one part of language versus another is not a particular problem. And this was trying to address a current issue I noticed where when I was trying to mentor someone who was in the culture, they didn't have the information of how to use it the right way. Sometimes the exclusion can only get it all. And so I thought, providing a bit of a framework about specific defaults would help them sort of get out of their own way. And so the first chapter that I wrote was about names. And for all that we pay a lot of service to names being one of the 2 hard problems in software, I don't really spend a lot of time defining that on. I think in my 4-year program we spent a bit of a class one day talking about names, right? And the effect of this is that when we're debating how good a name is, it ends up being a sort of argument for authority, right? I've been programming for X number of years and I know a good name when I see one. And this is not a good framework for having sorts of conversations, not least because if both people have had the same number of years of experience, that doesn't really lead to any sort of conclusion, right? So, elsewhere, in school philosophy, I was talking about names in excruciating detail for over a century. So I was able to just kind of pick and choose the pieces of random sorts of names that we create in software, and sort of put them in a conforming context. And so I wrote this chapter, and I got the access site, and people wanted to sort of like it. So I sort of pinged off there, and things go well. So I tried to do the same abstractions, right? Going to abstraction good, what makes it bad? If it's bad, how do we make it better? And this is also a word that we sort of throw around a lot without actually bothering to define it. But once you had, I couldn't find some